All around I see aged men and women slowly traveling by wheelchair or walker. They stare blankly outside of the windows. It's quiet and I know the place by its smell. The nursing home. Walking down the hallway, I search for the nameplate Sharon. When I slowly walked into the small room, I see framed pictures, cards, flowers, and an oxygen tank. Glancing up to the hospital-like bed, I see my grandma. This woman lying limp on the bed doesn't look like my grandma. My grandma would be cooking up sweetest sausages while knitting with polished nails, while wearing her dancing shoes and her familiar smile that never fails to light up the whole room. Although now her eyes are blank, her body is weak, and her mind is forgetful of who I am, I know she is still my grandma. This day that I saw her was the last. One day I was able to see her and hug her, and the next she was on her way to her own dance studio. I can only trust today because I have learned not to trust tomorrow. It was unbelievable for me to think of how one day she was alive and now she was just gone. Recently I attended her celebration of life. Sitting in the pews listening to the preacher preach, hearing stories and looking at snap moments throughout her lifetime made me think about my own. As we flashed back to moments of her life, I flashed forward to possible moments of my own. My grandma was 77 years old when she passed away on April 25th of this year. Only 77 years old. I am only 17 years old. At my grandma's funeral, one photograph out of all the rest had really caught my eye. This photo was snapped of her around the age of I am today. She and her best friend Toots were standing in front of clear waters and a clear sky, with their skin clear of wrinkles. After looking at this photo, I was left feeling like a camera's bright light had flashed in my eyes. One day I will be 77 years old, and it's all a matter of time. Time. We all have it, but don't have enough of it. Think of a clock. Personally, I wouldn't doubt that I look at a clock over 100 times each day, checking to see how late I am for that appointment, or patiently glancing over in hope that my cookies will be slightly browned around the edges. In all seriousness, I look at a clock 10 times just in the 20-minute baking time of my cookies. Clocks tick, and time ticks for my life every time the second hand rotates. 12 years ago, I was enrolled in the education's first step, preschool. This year was full of snacks, crafts, and nap time. In 2 years, I will be an official high school graduate. Soon after I parade down with my diploma in hand, I will be off to college. From then on, I will be living on my own without the protection of my parents' roof. As I watch the clock, I wonder when it was that I traded in my car seat for car keys. As I watch the clock, I wonder when it was that I grew up. As I watch the clock, I wonder how soon it will be until I turn from 17 to 77. I believe in today. My life is today, and every day I have the choice to live it. I can't trust that there will be a tomorrow, so I make the most of today. After all, the clock is ticking.